Hey guys, what's up? It's Eli Knight with Knight Jiu-Jitsu, and I've got a video for you today on triangle escapes. So we were talking about this earlier, and I've had a lot of people ask about triangle escapes, and I break them into, like, there's different ones for however far into the move I get. So I want to escape early. I want to avoid it altogether, but if I didn't, I want to escape early. But then you have to have considerations for middle and for late. So I've got a few here that are pretty good ones, and maybe even like a little Hail Mary at the end. So if Alan here throws up a triangle, the first thing that I would like to do here is, like, if I was late and he throws up this kind of position like this here, whatever you want to call this, like a crooked guard or like a necklace kind of position before he tightens up the triangle, I want to try to get this open on this side here. So I'm going to kind of bulldog out. I'm going to C-clamp on the hip. I want to reach this hand across here like this, and I want to drive my elbow to the floor this way over here, way back, so it keeps his knees apart and he can't ever hit the angle appropriate to finish the triangle. So on this one here, I'm just going to kind of walk around the corner a little bit, and then I'm going to have this knee up. I'm going to switch knees, drop my left knee down, bring my right knee up, turn and look behind the ear this way, and then I'm going to try to pull this arm out. So that's if I can catch it pretty early and I can keep that space pulled apart and kind of bulldog my way out of this. So that's a good one. The other one here, because anything after that, I'm starting to get a little late now. So now the arm is up here and I maybe can't get it quite to that hip. So now we're in more of a middle range zone. This one here is really good. Like, I can gable grip my two hands, and I'm going to try to pull his hips kind of off at an angle this way over here. What that does is it clears a little space over here where I can get my knee and my elbow together, and this is a popular escape. So I'll bring my knee and my elbow in this way here. I get to standing, and I'm going to drive and hit the angle on that hip where he can't hold it any longer. I don't want him to switch off to omoplata, so I'm going to beat him to the punch here and get this arm up and get it out. So now maybe from here I'm in this reverse knee on belly. Maybe I can start attacking leg locks or something like that, or just pass to some kind of side control. If the arm is in across and I'm having a hard time for that second one, it's like pull the hips over. Maybe he's keeping me stagnant in the middle. He's already starting to pull me down. I want to stack forward here like this and stack up on him. I want to get both my knees up off the ground and shove my knees under his back and pull him up on my lap. I have to be careful not to stay here too long because he'll start to, like, waiter sweep me or something. So once I get here, I'm going to go hand inside the thigh, cover it with this one. Not this, because he'll peel my arm free, but I go right hand down, left hand on top in this case. And then instead of trying to pry the legs open, I'm going to shake my shoulders this way to try to pop some space. Now I can bring both arms in or both arms out. If I have my preference, I'd like to get both arms out, come here. Now I'm going to double underhook, past position. It's going to be easy for me to get past the legs. Easier to get past the legs now. And at least I'm out of the triangle. Now, another one's kind of in between those two middle stages here, but it's still kind of a middle one. It's like we get into this kind of necklace position like this here, and he's trying to pull my arm this way. I'm trying to get it back down to the hip, and we're tug of war here. So I'm going to resist and make him really commit to that pressure of pulling my arm across here, and then I'm going to punch this hand to the ground and bulldog out to the side here this way. And what happens here a lot of the time is when I hit this position, I've killed the angle that he needs for the triangle. And again, like here now, I can step up, try to get my arm up so he doesn't start to switch, transition off to omoplata, because that's another concern. Whenever I fight out of the triangle, a lot of times I'll give him the angle for omoplata that he needs. So I don't want that to happen. So again, this one here, I'm trying to push my elbow down. I'm trying to get the angle of the hips. He's trying really hard to pull my arm across to set his triangle in. So I'm going to let it go. I'm going to punch my hand to the floor this way here, and I'm going to try to bust that angle at least, and then get my arm inside here. Now, so we've divided like this here. Early would be I'm able to keep a big opening on this side over here. I'm able to drive his hip to the floor. Middle late would be him getting the arm to the center, where he's going to start to create a better, more effective angle for him to finish the choke. If he gets the arm all the way across here, I'm in a lot of danger, because now it's going to be a lot harder for me to escape. So the one that I want to look to do here, there's a couple of them, and this one, I think people go to this one a little too early sometimes, but it's still a good escape if you get this late. I want to go here like we did in the middle one, and I want to go here on the hand. I'm going to drive his leg flat to the floor by pushing his hips that way as I do it this way here. I want to drive this down, and then I want to get up here like this, hop around the corner, and then do like a Hindu push-up where I try to bust my chest through like that. If I get my shoulder in front of the leg here, I come through, I try to staple the ankle down so he's not able to collapse that space back, and he doesn't have an effective angle to start attacking my arm or switch off to something immediately right away. So again, this one is he's got my elbow all the way across. It's very dangerous. I put this hand down, cover it with this hand so he's not peeling away for the arm lock in the process. I want to drive my elbow into his hip, pushing his hips that way here, and then drop this knee to the ground. Once I get that femur here, his whole quad on the ground, I keep this covered, I hop around the corner. I don't want to drive into the strength of his hamstring. I want to drive oblique to his knee and then start to push my chest and shoulders through. If that busts the legs, I want to bring this leg up, staple it so that he's not able to transition to something else. So we're talking about late ones where the elbow's all the way across, right? This one is, I would definitely qualify as a Hail Mary technique. Not a go-to, but it's something that in a pinch, and if the opportunity presents itself the right way, can be really effective. So he's here, and he's got my arm all the way across, he's tightening up the triangle, and he's really getting a good angle on to finish it. I don't want to allow him to get too perpendicular to me, and what's going to happen here is I'm going to fall off to my side and hit a hard backstroke with this one here. So I want to drop underneath here and hit a hard backstroke with my elbow. So this completely opened it up. He doesn't have a leg scissor choke because his foot is under my armpit, but I would like to try to swim out this way here and create a scramble at this point. There's other stuff that I might be able to do out of that position, but as long as I'm out of the triangle and I create a scramble, I feel like that's a big upgrade. So again, this one here is pretty much a Hail Mary because I'm really deep in the choke. It's got a really, out of all these, the lower percentage chance of working, but it's kind of a cool trick that you might hit him with and really surprising. So if we get here, I'm gonna dive this arm underneath, I'm gonna drop to my back, hit a hard backstroke with my my right elbow, this way to clear past the knee. So I go from here to here, this way, try to get inside of the legs so he doesn't try to switch off to some other attack. So again, guys, just like anytime we escape anything, I'm not escaping a fully locked in submission. The escape for a fully locked in submission is you tap or you pass out, right? So if depending on what quadrant I'm in and how late in the process I am, I might have different ways, different mechanics of being able to escape this position. So hopefully these are some good ideas that maybe you're already using or maybe you haven't seen before. And if you have success with them, then let me know in the comments and keep watching, like, subscribe, share all that stuff. Thank you guys, I appreciate you all.